Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey right here on Wabash Catch TV. Thank you so much for joining us today. Kelli Harr is here, and she is Command Sergeant Major in the United States Army, and we are going to talk about all kinds of different things that she can and cannot. I mentioned to you, Kelli, I've had a sub driver in that chair, and I've had a Air Force technical sergeant. I didn't get either of them to crack when I was asking them about secret stuff. Are you going to crack?
I don't think so. Not today. Not today.
No. All right. Well, I'll try not to. I'll just stay with the light torture. How's that?
Works. No waterboarding.
You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV over in Salem on Channel 3, up in Hartville and Watson, at Louisville, Flora, Sisney, Jeff, and over in Edwards County as well on Channel 100 or Channel 25, depending on your fiber setup. Thank you so much for tuning in, and Kelli and I are going to talk about a wide variety of things today. But before we get to that, see, now you're off screen. It's
okay.
So you can look over there. You're way off.
Okay.
Before we get to that, let me tell you some community events going on. This is Thursday, December 5th. I'm shooting it early. Sorry about that. Kelli's a pro. But she's not good. She's leaving town. So if you're going to look for her after you watch this, she's going to be gone. This is Thursday, December 5th. What are some things going on around the area today? Well, down at Heritage Woods today, they've got their large event, the Christmas Trees on Parade, starts today, and it'll run through December 24th. The Christmas Trees on Parade, they will accept donations for the trees at the Flora Rotary Club. For more information, give them a call at 662-4599. Now, this is really cool, folks. What you do is you need to go down to Heritage Woods, and you walk through. They've got about 20 or 25 different Christmas trees, as well as different wreaths. And go in there, you vote on which wreath you like, which tree you like. It makes a fun Christmas event, and the winners get prizes at the end of the time frame. So if you have time, go in there and pick out one of your Christmas trees, one of their Christmas trees on parade. Also today, here in Flora tonight at 6:30, it's the monthly meeting of the Weight Loss Surgery Support Group. They do that at the historic Flora Depot, and it'll be tonight, like I said, at 6:30. Do the first Thursday of every month, and this is the time you might want to pay attention to if you've had that kind of issue. It's a very dangerous time with Thanksgiving in the background and holidays coming up, so take a look at that. Also today, the Fairfield Memorial Hospital is holding their next Pediatric Advanced Life Support class, and that's going to be this morning. Starts actually right now at 9 a.m. The cost is $35 for the PALS course, Pediatric Advanced Life Support. Should a CPR card be needed, if they need to get you a CPR card, it's an additional $35. An additional $15. These classes are held in the Medical Arts Complex Education Room. If you'd like to learn more or to register for the course, give them a call. Call Deb Spillman at 618-847-8241. I'm guessing that you already have all kinds of CPR cards and stuff like that.
Combat Lifesaver, all that, yes.
Combat Lifesaver. How many different courses can you take in that? I guess presumably.
We just have
Hundreds.
the basic course for Combat Lifesaver, and then the medics.
Then the medics take the one. Oh,
ours are just immediate care if we need to.
I see. And what else going on? The Holiday Choir Concert over in Kaskaskia College tonight. Starts at 7 o'clock. It'll go till about 9 p.m. tonight. Featured ensembles will include the concert choir, as well as Kaskaskia College Blues, KC Blues, and the KC Community Choir corral. And as a matter of fact, that corral includes kids from 8 or 9 different high schools. Area participating high schools include actually 10 different high schools. Bond County High Schools, Breeze Central, Carlisle, Centralia, Christ Our Rock Lutheran, along with Breeze Modern Day, Ramsey, Salem, Sandoval, and Vandalia. The concert features traditional as well as contemporary holiday carols and music representing all over the world. So that's really cool. This is, as I said, Thursday, December 5th. What day is this? This is a national event. This is Bathtub Party Day on the National Day calendar. It encourages all folks to skip the ordinary shower and linger in the tub instead. On December 5th, add some suds to the tub and pamper yourself. Gather your favorite bath bomb, a good book, and maybe a glass of wine. Well, not for that child. I don't think you'd have that for that child. But let the worries of the day fade away while you relax in the tub. And if you're interested, you can put all that stuff on social media under hashtag Bathtub Party Day. It was started by Thomas and Ruth Roy. Started this day several years ago. The other day to celebrate today. This is actually 99 years since they started, 1933. This is National Repeal Day. December 5th, National Repeal Day commemorates the day Prohibition ended in the United States. Prohibition grew out of a practice of moderation and then ran from 1920 until December of 1933. I don't guess there's probably anybody even alive who would have been 21 years old during Prohibition.
I can't imagine.
That'd be really old.
That'd be very old.
That'd be really old. The day this was repealed, actually on the day Prohibition ended, has been celebrated since 1933. Newspapers across the country reported repeal celebrations. Al Capone was even reported as praising the end of Prohibition from his prison cell. Some areas postponed celebrations until the 6th, but as distilleries geared up, they got ready for production. In the last couple of generations, fascination with Prohibition year styles and history has grown. Celebrating the 21st Amendment has increased. That's a little bit unusual. What else today? What do you want to see on Wabash? Not a ton of sports on television tonight. However, we have 2 games of girls high school basketball. The Carlisle Lady Indians will be at Salem taking on the Wildcats, and that is at 6:15 tonight. That's on Channel 3 or Channel 99, depending on your service. As the other channel will have the Neoga Lady Indians down in North Clay taking on the North Clay Lady Cardinals, and same times, 6:15 for the JV varsity to follow. That's on Channel 100 or Channel 25. NCAA basketball, a couple of games, not a whole lot going on. SEC Network, both of these, Channel 639. Louisiana Tech, the Bulldogs at Mississippi State, and also the Furman Paladins taking on the Auburn Tigers. So those on the SEC Network. You are watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. My guest today, it is Kelli Harr, and we are going to talk about a wide variety of subjects. Do stick around. Back right after this. Thanks for watching.
Looking to build a new hobby building, horse barn, or farm shop? Let Morton Buildings help you design and construct a building that perfectly suits your needs. We'll be there for you every step of the way, even post-construction, with the strongest non-prorated warranty in the industry. Plus, Morton's exclusive Energy Performer insulation system provides the ultimate in comfort and efficiency. To see our latest projects and learn more, please visit mortonbuildings.com.
At Wabash Communications, our goal is simple: to keep people connected. And today we are doing just that, better than ever, by delivering the latest technology and personal service only a local provider can offer. We offer services anywhere from fast, reliable internet, TV services, and home monitoring solutions to crystal clear local and long-distance phone service. Wabash continues the commitment we started back in 1952, delivering a great connection to the most important people we know, our customers. So choose Wabash, the local service from people you can trust.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching.
Get what you want and nothing else when you order a la carte internet from Wabash Communications. Wabash Communications is now able to offer a la carte internet called broadband only with fast download and upload speeds, reliable service, and unlimited data usage. No phone service is required for our broadband only plans. Our broadband only menu includes packages up to 1 gig download. Call us at 665-3311 now to order. Service availability and internet speed will depend on location. Contact us for details.
Morning, folks. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. My guest today is Kelli Harr. She is the Command Sergeant Major, one of the Command Sergeant Majors in the United States Army. And you can tell me where you are posted, right?
I'm currently stationed at Fort Devens, Massachusetts. We're about 45 miles northwest of Boston.
Thank you so much for being here today. I appreciate you joining us during your holiday, during the Thanksgiving holiday. Have you had an opportunity to see all your family, or did you see everybody you wanted to see?
Pretty much everybody, yes.
How often are you able to get home?
Probably 3 or 4 times a year.
Oh, that's pretty good. Mm-hmm. That's pretty good.
Yes.
Where have you been deployed? Have you been, how many different deployments have you had?
Well, I've had one deployment to Iraq and Kuwait from 2006 to 2007. Mm-hmm. And I've had 9 different duty stations.
They're different terminology, aren't they?
Yes.
I'm thinking of deployment being like whenever I presume you were stationed in Europe of some kind, or
deployment is generally for combat operation. Mm-hmm. And then there's duty. Korea was one of my duty stations. It's Oconus. Germany is Oconus, and then the rest have been.
Were you in Germany?
I'm not. Just Korea is the only Oconus.
Offshore is that what they'll go? See, that's the thing. That's the thing. Dealing with military, you all use you use so many different
outside of the continental
acronyms.
U.S. is
outside.
Oconus.
Okay, mm-hmm. All right. Now that makes a ton of sense. Mm-hmm. Well, I appreciate you being here. Tell everybody about your family and actually, I tell you what. Before we get to your family, which I've got pictures of, they're a lovely family. Tell us about one of our favorite people. Why are you here today?
Because I can't say no to Smitty. Honestly. I was in the gym the other day with my niece, and he mentioned doing this talk show.
Yeah.
And then in the middle of the workout, he called me over, and you were on speakerphone, and we had a conversation.
He calls me up, ladies, he calls me up, and he says, I got a gal here who I think would be just wonderful on your show. And then he started to go, yeah, I'd love to talk to her. But Smitty's a wonderful person, isn't he?
He is amazing. Yes. Him and Mabel both have made a huge impact on my life. Mm-hmm.
Tell me a little bit about Smitty that things folks don't know about him, and I'm leading you in a direction he may not like us going, saying nice things about him, because he has really served this area and this country well, hasn't he?
He has. I first started lifting, and I think I was 15. It was around my sophomore year of high school, I played volleyball. So most of the players went to the gym and gave me a program. And he said, oh, you can squat pretty well. Have you thought about powerlifting? And back then, powerlifting was huge in Flora. We had a really large team, and a bunch of high schoolers. And for the next several years, we went to competitions. Every Sunday, we would go to the gym, and after church, we went to church first, and then we'd go to the gym and do squats.
Got to get your priorities straight.
Yes, right. Church comes first, and then the gym. And yeah, him and Mabel, just such a positive influence. Trying to, in high school, couple years after high school, before I joined the Army, trying to keep us all straight and do the right thing and be good kids. And so I'm lucky to have.
I'm gonna say how that went pretty well. You say. What got you into the Army? What got you? I'll let you alone, Smitty. We've been nice enough. What got you into the Army?
I was kind of bored. I did 2 years of OCC. I was a cheerleader there, and I played softball. So
you were an athlete.
I was on scholarship, and just kind of got bored with it after a little while. It was fun for the 2 years, but obviously that's not something you can sustain.
No, you can't cheerleader your entire life.
And my grandfather passed away in April of '99, and he was in the Army in World War II.
Okay.
He was in the Battle of Bastogne. He was artillery.
Oh, really?
He did not like to talk about it. Very, very rarely did he ever mention it. He had a couple tattoos on his forearms that I remember asking about. He said he got them during the war.
It's fascinating. It's fascinating. I was talking to the guy. I shot a show. This is the second show I've shot today. Who's running for representative, and I mentioned he's a history major. So, what's your favorite part of history? So, World War II. Oh, that's cool. So, you ever been to Europe? And well, no. And I said, and I went to. You need to go to Bastogne. Bastogne's really cool. Have you had a chance to go and see where people fought?
I have not. My dad and I talked about it. It was my mother's father. What I'm talking about, but my dad is really into World War II history and pretty much all military history too. So we've talked about it, but we just haven't had it.
Okay.
It hasn't happened yet.
All right. So your grandpa, pardon me, your grandpa had been in the war, had been in World War II, and it grew an interest in you.
It did. Even though we didn't talk about it, I feel like it was more on a subconscious level that just knowing that he served. And he passed away, like I said, April of '99. And then in August of '99, I went to a recruiter and said, how do I join? What is the process?
Whenever the recruiters had gone to you're from Flora, Flora High School. Whenever the recruiters had come to Flora to gauge interest, to get folks to join the armed forces, what was your thought process whenever you would see those guys, men or women?
I don't think I ever gave it a second thought.
Really?
Until it was the summer of '99 when I was hanging out with some friends, and we were sitting around a bonfire, and somebody, I can't even remember who it was at this point, started talking about the Army and that his friend had joined for only 2 years. And I thought, well, I could do that for 2 years. What I didn't realize at the time is everybody that joins the military incurs an 8-year obligation.
Oops.
Yes. So thankfully, I liked it after the first year. So that was good. But that's how I started thinking about it. And then
I'm fascinated that this was before 9/11 in 2001, because that. I'm guessing where you were already in, the surge, maybe the uptick in recruitment was palpable, wasn't it?
It was. It's hard for me to understand what the Army was like before 9/11 because I'd only been in for a year.
Yeah.
And then when 9/11 happened, things changed completely, and that's pretty much all the Army I know. 19 of my 20 years were after 9/11. So budget, we had a huge budget. We could do pretty much everything.
Didn't it?
Yeah. So then when the budget cuts started happening and people started saying we're going back to pre 9/11, I didn't really know what that meant because most of the time in that first year I was in training, so I wasn't in the real Army yet. I was at basic training, and then I was at AIT, which is advanced individualized training.
That's you talk about the budget, and I'm intrigued by that because we've seen different television shows showing folks going into combat with the Humvees that they're having to patch and all kinds of things, or the equipment just may or sometimes occasionally not that good. What is typical? What for those of us that are not, it's been years since you went to a combat site, but what is the typical, how well equipped are folks going into combine site, say now as compared to 10 years ago or 15?
Now they have everything that they need. The reason why when the war first started that they didn't have the up armored Humvees or didn't have the body armor, the process to acquire stuff in the military is extremely long process.
Yeah.
It just can't go out and buy like we can with a credit card. So there's an acquisition process that has to happen, and unfortunately it takes a long time. So that first year, probably 18 months, I don't know that the soldiers were adequately prepared as far as equipment, but they got it quickly as they could, and
well, that's fascinating. I tell you what, we're going to talk about a wide variety of stuff today here, talking with Kelli Harr, and we're going to talk about her career. She is still serving, going to be serving for hopefully a couple of more years, right? And we'll talk about where that has taken her. We'll show you some pretty cool pictures of her career so far. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Kelli and I will be back right after this. Do stick around.
At Wabash Communications, our goal is simple: to keep people connected. And today we are doing just that, better than ever, by delivering the latest technology and personal service only a local provider can offer. We offer services anywhere from fast, reliable internet, TV services, and home monitoring solutions to crystal clear local and long-distance phone service. Wabash continues the commitment we started back in 1952, delivering a great connection to the most important people we know, our customers. So choose Wabash, the local service from people you can trust.
In 1949, Morton Buildings constructed our first machine storage building to establish our bond with the farming community. Since then, our relationship has grown, and so have our product offerings. From the smallest specialized operation to the largest agricultural enterprise, we understand the needs of your business and continue to evolve to meet industry demands. Plus, when you build a Morton building, you're backed by the strongest warranty in the business. To learn more about the Morton Advantage, visit mortonbuildings.com.
Get what you want and nothing else when you order a la carte internet from Wabash Communications. Wabash Communications is now able to offer a la carte internet called broadband only with fast download and upload speeds, reliable service, and unlimited data usage. No phone service is required for our broadband only plans. Our broadband only menu includes packages up to 1 gig download. Call us at 665-3311 now to order. Service availability and internet speed will depend on location. Contact us for details.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching.
Of money for that.
Yep. Hi, folks. Welcome back. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Kelli Harr is here, and we're talking about a wide variety of subjects. And I've got she has been very kind to provide me with a few pictures, and I'm not sure which ones I have here, but which ones I have up. But I tell you what, let me go through a few pictures. This is a thrill for me. It's kind of like a travelogue.
Yes.
It's really cool, and I hope you folks enjoy it too. This is let's see what we have. Now tell me who this little girl is.
This is very young PFC. This would have been March of 2000. I first joined at basic training.
So this is before basic training or after basic training?
The first week we go through reception before you actually get into the heart of basic training. So it was during that first week.
And I hate to ask the question, but it sounds like John Candy and Stripes. You guys have like a 6 or 8 week physical fitness program here? That's perfect for me.
It was 9 weeks. And I thought I was in shape because I powerlifted and I was strong. But my first PT test, it took me 24 minutes to run 2 miles.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
That's kind of a long time.
That's a very slow time.
Yeah.
But by the end of the 9 weeks, I was down to 17 minutes. So.
Are you, okay then, I'm going to ask you the question. Were you in the best shape of your life after physical training, after basic training? Or have you at some point in the last 18 years been able to find the time to work out and be in the best shape of your life now?
I would probably say I'm in the best shape of my life now.
Do you think so?
I do. I started CrossFit about 5 or 6 years ago, and now I can lift as much as I did when I was powerlifting.
Oh, really?
But I can also run fast, so I can do both now. Whereas before, I was strong and I wasn't able to run.
Do they still have obstacle courses and things that are you required to maintain physical fitness to a certain level?
Yes, we have to take a PT test twice a year, which is physical training test. And it's changed it just started October 1st, a new PT test.
Oh, really?
Where it used to be push-ups and sit-ups and a 2-mile run. Now it's a 6 event.
Oh, really?
That includes...
What have they added?
3 rep max deadlift, which I love, of course.
But see, yeah, you're going to be...
Yes.
All right, I got to ask, what are you lifting? What's your deadlift?
Probably now about 300.
That's pretty good.
Pretty significant
I mean,
injury last year.
you're not a large person.
Yes.
That's 2 times your weight at least.
It's technique I learned from Smitty and Danny Gill as our coaches.
That's really cool. What other ones?
Then it's a T push-up. So you come down to your chest, rest on the ground, your arms come out to the side, then they come back up, and then you extend back up into the front leaning rest.
All right, I've never seen that before. And I'm not going to ask you to do it. But I guess I'm misunderstanding. Your face is on the ground?
Mm-hmm. It's to, in combat when we do 3 to 5 second rushes, you're laying on the ground and you've got to get off the ground quickly.
Yeah, push up.
So it's to get you all the way off the ground. The current push-up, you just go up and down.
Yeah.
And you don't have to push off of the ground. So this is a new one to actually
It's
force
kind of like
that range of motion.
Kind of like in football training or something where you would do the up-downs.
Yes.
Where you would, and I presume you guys do some up-downs.
We call them front-back goes.
Front-back go.
Pretty
It's an
similar.
up-down.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's the other new one?
Then there's a sprint drag carry. So
you're carrying people.
Well, you're carrying kettlebells, but yes, it's supposed to simulate carrying somebody, and then you're also dragging a sled. And one of the biggest changes to this new PT test is it's age and gender neutral.
Oh, is that right?
So everybody
So you're doing the same weight and stuff as somebody else that may be a little bit larger and also a male.
Yes, correct.
Is that doesn't seem right, does it?
Oh, the theory is
if
in combat, it doesn't
doesn't
matter
matter,
what your
does it?
gender is. So you've got to be able to do what everybody else can do.
Well, I guess that makes sense. Now, even though, and I'm talking here today with Kelli Harr, she is a command sergeant and major in the United States Army. Tell people what that means. I mean, that means you are basically in the non-commissioned officer, you're as high as you go, right?
Correct. I'm an E9, and I can't go any higher as far as grade. I can have some bigger positions, more positions of responsibility. I'm at a battalion level now. The next would be brigade level.
Oh, really?
But it'll still be an E9 position.
Battalion level, meaning you are probably the single one of those in a group of brigade. I'm trying to remember my old World War II stuff. Division's 10,000. Mm-hmm. Brigade is probably 1,000.
Yes.
And battalion to be 500.
About that. But I'm a garrison command sergeant major right now. So the best I can equate it to is kind of like being a mayor. So it's myself and a commander, a lieutenant colonel.
Okay.
We run and manage an installation.
That was going to be my other question. I always wondered, and I've never been in the armed forces. I think that's clear. I think it's relatively clear that I've never been in the armed forces. But I've always wondered, you'll see older non-commissioned officers being commanded by officers that are younger and maybe less experienced. Has there ever been, well, I'm certain not in your case, but have you ever seen issues where there maybe maybe that didn't work out as well as one would hope?
Not as far as the age difference. So I'm an advisor to my commander. That's what the enlisted do, where I'm the senior enlisted advisor. So I kind of red team, which means kind of play devil's advocate when the commander has an idea. You know, we talk it through. Is this going to work?
Yeah.
What else could we do differently? Advise her on whatever she needs. And my main focuses on our post are the fitness center and the dining facility. Anything that involves taking care of soldiers, that falls onto the command sergeant major.
That was a silly question and handled very well by you. I appreciate that. Let me show you another couple pictures here. Tell us about this fella. And where are you right here?
I am at Fort Bliss in El Paso, Texas, at the United States Army Sergeant's Major Academy. It's a 10-month school that everybody who gets to become a sergeant major has to attend this school.
Oh, really?
So you get selected for the school, and then after the 10 months, if you graduate past the school, then you can get selected for command sergeant major or sergeant major.
And I was trying to, in looking at these pictures, this tells you how bad I am. And look at that picture, I can't see rank or something. So I didn't know if that guy's a recruit or something. That's not a recruit, is it?
His name's Maher. He is an Iraqi soldier. He's the first Iraqi soldier to attend the United States Army Sergeant's Major Academy.
No kidding.
Every year there's different countries are represented. We also have Marines come to the Army Sergeant's Major Academy. There's Air Force. In my class, we're class 68. We graduated in June 2018. There were 59 countries represented.
Is that right? Do American soldiers go to other countries to train at their facilities as well, or is it kind of we're at the top of the line and people come here, or how's that work?
Most of the other countries want to mimic their NCO Corps after the U.S. Army.
All right, you're gonna have to help me again. NTO Corps.
NCO Corps, the non-commissioned officer Corps.
Okay, NCO
so all the
Corps.
enlisted, yes.
All right, yeah.
They mimic the way that the U.S. Army runs their enlisted corps.
That's pretty fascinating. That must make you very proud to be a part of that.
It is. In my class, we had 720 start, and we were the largest class ever at that point, and we were number 68. So they started at 1, and it was very, very large class. I graduated with people I've never even spoke to, because you get grouped into about 120 people, and you rotate through semesters and learn about leadership and how to lead soldiers and how to write. We did a lot of writing.
Well, yeah, that's half the battle,
correspondence.
isn't it? Yeah, when you talk to logistics involved in the you were mentioning and how it took so long to get proper equipment to go occasionally. The logistics are just phenomenally huge. Yeah, that's fascinating to me. Tell us who these people are.
My mom and dad.
Yeah.
This was at my promotion ceremony I held here at Library Park in September 2018.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yes. I wanted to do something in the town because everybody from Flora and Clay County has been so supportive over my entire career. So I did it at Library Park. We had quite a few people. Anybody in town was invited to attend, and then had a reception at the American Legion after. So.
Well, I tell you what, I think I've got what we're going to do. We're going to take a short break, and we've got some more pictures I'm going to show here when we return of Kelli, and going to show her on deployment as well as hanging out at the baseball game. I like that too. That's cool. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. I'll be back with Kelli Harr right after these. Stick around.
At Wabash Communications, our goal is simple: to keep people connected. And today we are doing just that, better than ever, by delivering the latest technology and personal service only a local provider can offer. We offer services anywhere from fast, reliable internet, TV services, and home monitoring solutions to crystal clear local and long-distance phone service. Wabash continues the commitment we started back in 1952, delivering a great connection to the most important people we know, our customers. So choose Wabash, the local service from people you can trust.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hi, My name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching.
Looking to build a new hobby building, horse barn, or farm shop? Let Morton Buildings help you design and construct a building that perfectly suits your needs. We'll be there for you every step of the way, even post-construction, with the strongest non-prorated warranty in the industry. Plus, Morton's exclusive Energy Performer insulation system provides the ultimate in comfort and efficiency. To see our latest projects and learn more, please visit mortonbuildings.com.
Get what you want and nothing else when you order a la carte internet from Wabash Communications. Wabash Communications is now able to offer a la carte internet called broadband only with fast download and upload speeds, reliable service, and unlimited data usage. No phone service is required for our broadband only plans. Our broadband only menu includes packages up to 1 gig download. Call us at 665-3311 now to order. Service availability and internet speed will depend on location. Contact us for details.
Welcome back, folks. Watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. My guest today is Kelli Harr. She is from Flora. She is a command sergeant major in the United States Army. Have you ever thought about what you're going to do once you get out?
No, actually, that question has come up quite frequently because I'm
recently. Yeah.
Yes, I'm closer to the end of my career, and I kind of joke and say I don't know what I want to be when I grow up yet. I haven't decided that I could essentially retire when I'm 45.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. I'd probably like to own a gym somewhere, maybe. I don't know, travel.
I tell you, that's amazing. Smitty putting that much of a hex on you already. I mean,
yes, I can't get away from it.
All right, I want to know what this picture is. Where is this?
This is in Twinsburg, Ohio, at the German Armed Forces Proficiency Badge Competition.
The German Armed Forces Proficiency Badge Competition. You apparently were proficient.
Yes, I got a gold badge. There's bronze, silver, and gold. It's a 3-day competition with some physical activities. There's a swim, a run, a long jump, and then there's a pistol competition.
I was going to say, had to be some marksmen in there.
If you had to hit a certain amount to do the ruck march on the third day. So on the third day, it was a 12.5-mile ruck march.
Oh, no
You had to
kidding.
do it in less than 2 hours.
Where do they find enough rocks around Twinsburg, Ohio?
Actually, we did it in the parking lot of an abandoned car factory. We walked, I want to say, each loop was almost a mile. It was this massive factory that...
It must have been a huge parking lot. And when you say, when you call a rock march, what exactly is a rock march?
So, it's a ruck, R-U-C-K.
Ruck.
Backpack.
Oh, your ruck pack, your pack.
Yes.
Okay.
We had a 35-pound ruck that they measured before and after.
I'm missing.
So-
It's like I'm deaf or something. Rock march is entirely different
Well,
than
it
rock
felt
march.
like rocks in our
That's what I was
rucksacks.
wondering.
I mean, it's pretty close. And you're in uniform and boots, and you just walk, really.
Well,
Walk
okay, now,
quickly
so
if you're short.
you probably found that quite important when you were here. Well, actually, that's in California. That's not
Korea.
on the plane.
This is
Korea,
Korea.
okay. That is in Korea.
This was in 2002. This is my second duty station. I was in Uijeonbu, Korea at Camp Stanley, which no longer exists.
Oh, really?
So they've done some reforming of some installations and bases over there. So this one doesn't exist. I was there for...
Uijeonbu, you're probably pretty close to the demilitarized zone.
Yes,
there.
we were pretty close up north. But I've never been up there.
That's
didn't go
probably
up to the-
smart.
Yeah. We had a unit that was very close up there.
Is that right?
That was their job.
Their job to basically watch the line, and that I guess it's all the way across the where I guess I'm fascinated by Korea in that we're still at war with North
Yes.
Korea. How much of a tense, and now granted that's back in 2002, and tensions rise and fall over the course of time. How tense is it near the border like that?
Then I wouldn't say there was really anything that we noticed as far as tension between North and South. South Koreans, especially the older generations, appreciated the Americans being there and understood why we were there.
Yeah.
While I was stationed there, there was a very unfortunate accident where a tank ran over two little Korean girls that were walking on the side of the road because their communications malfunctioned from the person in the turret at the top to the person driving. And so they ran over the two little girls. So they were tried in the courts in South Korea, and they weren't found guilty, but that caused a bunch of riots.
Yeah.
And we were out doing a field training exercise at the time and had to be pulled out of the field because it was really
really?
dangerous. There were lots of protests, but it was from the younger generations. And
Pulled-
we had...
Pulls back to your base.
Yes. We had ROK Army soldiers, the Republic of Korea Army soldiers. They worked with us. They were called Katusas. It's Korean augmentee to the United States Army. So they lived in our barracks. They worked with us every day. They had to be proficient at English in order to get that assignment.
Was that a plum assignment for a Korean?
Yes. It was, yes.
soldier?
They loved it.
No kidding.
The rumor is our U.S. Army was a little bit nicer than the ROK Army.
Is that right?
They had different tactics as far as discipline from what they said, so they really liked being part of the U.S. Army. And
I got to tell you, here's the picture again of on deployment in Korea. They did a nice job on MASH. That looks a lot like Korea, or it looks like a lot like MASH.
we did a good job with our tents and camouflage, and there's probably 4 tents set up behind us underneath that camo.
Those are tents? I thought it was like mountains or something.
Oh no, those are tents with camo over the top of them.
Well, you see, now that tells you how well they blend into the.
We must have done a good job.
You did a good job. You fooled me. With that doesn't take all that much. Would you ever go back if you had to go somewhere where you have been deployed? Well, it seems like you've only been deployed in like combat or tense places. There's. Usually you'll hear you join the Army, see the world. You haven't really, you could go more places, couldn't you?
I could. When I was deployed to Iraq, I did go to Afghanistan for a week.
That's not a vacation.
It's not. I went to Djibouti, Africa for like 3 or 4 days.
Oh, really?
Probably one of the most humid places I've ever been in my entire life. It was 109 when we got there, and we thought it was going to be cooler because it was around 120 in Kuwait when we left. But the humidity was like nothing. The humidity here wouldn't even compare to the humidity in Djibouti, Africa.
No kidding. It's like more like Florida. Would that even compare?
I don't even know if we had to wash our uniforms every day because you were just soaked from walking around, and we weren't in cars or anything. We just walked around the base.
No kidding.
I've been to Qatar. Spent some time in Qatar over there as well.
That's pretty cool. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take one last break. We're going to talk with Kelli about her trips. Actually, we're going to show pictures of her deployment, and you might want to go back to Iraq, hang out in that palace.
Good.
We'll see. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Back right after this. Stick around.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Get what you want and nothing else when you order a la carte internet from Wabash Communications. Wabash Communications is now able to offer a la carte internet called broadband only with fast download and upload speeds, reliable service, and unlimited data usage. No phone service is required for our broadband only plans. Our broadband only menu includes packages up to 1 gig download. Call us at 665-3311 now to order. Service availability and internet speed will depend on location. Contact us for details.
Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you or a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching.
At Wabash Communications, our goal is simple: to keep people connected. And today we are doing just that, better than ever, by delivering the latest technology and personal service only a local provider can offer. We offer services anywhere from fast, reliable internet, TV services, and home monitoring solutions to crystal clear local and long-distance phone service. Wabash continues the commitment we started back in 1952, delivering a great connection to the most important people we know, our customers. So choose Wabash, the local service from people you can trust.
In 1949, Morton Buildings constructed our first machine storage building to establish our bond with the farming community. Since then, our relationship has grown, and so have our product offerings. From the smallest specialized operation to the largest agricultural enterprise, we understand the needs of your business and continue to evolve to meet industry demands. Plus, when you build a Morton building, you're backed by the strongest warranty in the business. To learn more about the Morton Advantage, visit mortonbuildings.com.
That's pretty cool. Well, folks, welcome back here to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey, talking with Kelli Harr. She is a Command Sergeant Major in our United States Air Army. Oops.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. It was an accident. Yeah, in the United States Army. Yeah, don't do that. She's going to get up and she's going to break me down with one shot, and she can do it. No problem. But we're talking about a wide variety of subjects. Tell me about this place. This is fascinating. I took, all right, now before you tell, I was telling people, I looked at, you sent me these pictures, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm looking at that picture and I see behind, and I said, well, that's clearly, she's on her deployment in the palace. She might be in Saddam's palace looking at that chandelier. Then I got to looking closer and I think, no, that looks dome-like behind her. It might be the U.S. Capitol. I was right the first time, wasn't I?
You were right. It is Saddam's palace. This was in Iraq in 2006.
So, how were you? Did you just were you like off a day, and you went to the palace, or was this your assignment to go to the palace for some reason, or why did you go to the palace?
I worked as a career counselor, so we had done some reenlistments. A lot of soldiers wanted to reenlist in Saddam's palace, and they could choose wherever they wanted to do their reenlistment.
No kidding.
There's I have another picture of me sitting on his throne. And between this picture and the one on his throne, pretty much every soldier who's ever been in Baghdad had that picture taken.
That's cool. Tell me about his throne.
It's this big brown. It has kind of a weird.
You've seen like Game of Thrones. It was nothing like that.
It's nothing quite that sharp, but it was pretty massive. So that was pretty cool to see that, and just to walk through the halls. The U.S. Army had taken over the building and used it as office space. And,
yeah,
it was pretty neat to see all that stuff.
As a career counselor in the U.S. Army over there, basically in that region, your job was trying to get folks to re-enlist. Mm-hmm. If they're already over there, how difficult a job is that?
It was pretty easy. The tax-free bonuses helped.
Yeah.
So again, we had a lot of money to spend as far as the Army budget at that point. So, and I used to tell my parents, what you guys see on the news, it's a very small percentage of what's actually happening.
Really?
We were pretty safe most of the time. I mean, obviously in a combat zone, you never know what's going to happen.
You're pretty safe, but you're also carrying a machine gun.
Yeah, an M16 or an M4 is pretty much what everybody carried. But what the news showed is, again, it was just such a small percentage of what was going on. And
I always wondered about that, because you'll see the news and you'll wonder how can anybody live in conditions that you're seeing on the news, but they're not showing the whole thing, are they?
They're not, but there were. don't get me wrong. There are a lot of Marines and Army that were, front lines going house to house that were in dangerous situations every day.
Yeah.
But
Not everybody was
comparatively
in it.
to how many soldiers were over there, it was a small percentage.
Tell me a little bit about this picture. I saw this earlier, and this was when I was trying to figure out what rank you and he are. I thought, man, that guy's. I'm only going by his hair. That's a general.
Yeah, he's a full bird colonel. So
Full bird
one
colonel. So
rank
he's
below-
close.
Yes. This was my change of responsibility. This is a ceremony that happens when an enlisted takes command. So when I got to Fort Devens, then this was my ceremony, and it's a pretty structured ceremony on how it happens, and it's passing the guide on the flag in there from the old sergeant major to the commander, then to me.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. So now you worked with this commander.
I did. That's Colonel Slaughter. He's in Fort Meade, Maryland, and he's civil affairs. But last June, I got a new commander, and they had her change.
How long does it take to train a new commander?
It depends. I really like my new commander.
Good.
She's good. She's a West Point graduate, so we clicked right away. She's a runner. She just ran a 50-mile race, which to me is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But we communicate really well, and so we've gotten along really well, which is good. It's very helpful to.
It's kind of required, isn't
Yes.
it? Or required for it to run smooth.
Yes, correct.
This is fun. All right, now so as part of your wide variety of different jobs, you've also done a lot of, I guess, liaising is a word, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what you're doing right now, right?
No, I'm a garrison command sergeant major right
That's
now,
right.
so I kind of like the.
But you
mayor.
were in Washington D.C. for a while.
I was. I worked as a legislative liaison for 2.5 years.
Did you get to meet anybody important and that kind of stuff?
A few people.
Yeah?
I met President Trump in 2017.
Oh, that's cool.
I met Vice President Biden when he was in office, and First Lady Michelle Obama when she was in office.
This is fascinating to me in that usually folks don't get to meet those big name bigwigs, do they?
Not so many in a couple of years, I would say.
Yeah.
It was so overwhelming at times to meet, the Chief of Staff of the Army, the Sergeant Major of the Army, the first 2 females. There were 3 altogether, but only 2 at the time were there that graduated Ranger School.
Oh, is that right?
So yeah, to me, the military folks are a little more celebrity-like to me than
Yeah.
the civilians. So it was pretty awesome to see.
Tell me
all that.
about meeting the Secretary of Defense.
General Mattis was walking down the street in Crystal City in a suit about 6 o'clock on I want to say it was like a Saturday evening, and he had one security detail with him, and he walked by our table outside, and he turned around and came back, and our group asked him to take a picture, and we had a Marine, someone from the Navy, the Air Force, and myself from the Army, and so we let him know we had all the branches represented. And
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
So the old movie trope isn't true, where one service does not get along with another service. However, don't mistake the name.
We all get along. There's some internal ribbing amongst
Yeah.
all of the branches, and the Air Force, I think, takes the brunt of it.
Do they really?
Rightfully so, yes. But yeah, the Marines are
They take the brunt of it because they're thought of as goof-offs or something. Is that what it is?
they're not as physical as the Marines in the
Not
Army.
as physically, certainly not as physically fit as the Marines. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like that.
The Marines are definitely the most physically fit. The Army comes in second.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of the Navy people are just goofing off on boats or something.
As long as they can swim, I guess that's all. Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
All right, I like this one too. This is you and I both have qualms with this, but this is
Yes.
your picture. But tell us about this.
This was in August of this year. The Boston Red Sox did a Hometown for Heroes event, and it was against the Yankees. I am a huge Yankees fan. I was slightly disappointed when I found out I was going to Massachusetts because I'm not a New England sports fan.
Well, see, now
whatsoever.
look at the bright side. You can always look at it. The Red Sox were having a much worse season than the
Yes.
Yankees this year.
Yes. At this game, so I got to go stand on the dugout, and they announced my name and read my bio. And this is the second time I've done something like this. I did it at a hockey game in Denver.
Oh, really?
It's extremely overwhelming to have 30,000 people stand up and clap for you.
That was what I was going to ask you. I was wondering well, not going to ask the question that probably people ask, what's it feel like? I'm not asking that one. But I'm asking, did you get to meet anybody, or did you get to meet like the manager or anything like that? Or
I didn't get to meet any players. I did, here in that picture, turn around, and some of the Red Sox players were right at the dugout, and they were clapping and stuff. That was pretty cool. Even though they were Red Sox, I appreciated that.
You're nice to impress the Red Sox.
Yes. I can't be a Yankees fan and a Red Sox fan. So
no, I'm not asking you to be a Red Sox fan. I'm not asking you all to be a Red Sox fan, because if you're a Yankee fan, you're not going to be a Red Sox. How come you couldn't get the game put at Yankee Stadium instead?
That would have been pretty awesome. I have been to Yankee Stadium, not as a Soldiers.
How did you get the gig in Denver, the Colorado game?
Same kind of thing. So most of the sports teams will send out emails through the USO or to the local bases and say we're looking for soldiers. Pretty much every sports team does a hometown hero event. The Celtics do it. The Patriots just did it 2 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
So yeah, they'll send out messages and soldiers want to volunteer. I did a flag unfurling for the Redskins game.
That's pretty cool.
And then also at the Colorado Rockies. So that was.
So you're like, and I've asked people this before when you're like Forrest Gump.
Yeah. I guess you could say that, yeah. I don't run as well as he does.
All right, I've got a final one here, and then we'll tell me about that young lady.
This was at the Sergeant's Major Academy. We were doing a pilot of the PT test. So this is the first event, the 3-rep max deadlift.
So this is that's a lot of weight on there. That's
maybe 220.
Yeah, it looks like 200, maybe 200 a side is what I'm guessing. Maybe 240.
I think I did 245 that day.
So now,
testing it out.
And now you have to do it. I'm kind of confused. I don't lift enough. It's been 30 years since I lifted a lot. How come you're using a side grab rather than in front?
A trap bar?
Trap bar.
Because most of the soldiers have never deadlifted before, this is a safer option to put your hands to the side. It keeps your shoulders back and your hips down and doesn't let you round your back like a straight bar might.
Okay, that makes a ton of sense. Now, do you still do squats and stuff like that? You say you're powerlifting, but the deadlift is one of the three main. You still do squats and you still bench?
I do. CrossFit, it's not specific to that. The idea of CrossFit is you can run, you can have a good engine, and you can lift heavy. So I'm kind of more even across the board than I was when I was powerlifting.
Well, now you mentioned that you're in maybe some of the best shape of your life. When you watch people on those CrossFit shows, like the ninja stuff, and that's pretty cool.
It is, yeah.
Have you ever tried it out for something like that?
I have not. And I probably never will now. I fell off a pegboard last year.
Oh.
And still over a year ago, and still not 100%.
How far were you?
About 6 feet off the ground.
Oh, that's too bad.
Just a nasty fall, and now I'm not sure I'll climb anymore like that. But it's pretty awesome to watch the upper body strength it takes them to do that stuff is amazing.
The people that when you talk about being in CrossFit, the people who do those things are just phenomenal in how light they are, for one thing. And that's half the battle. You have to be light, but to be able to power lift, you can't be light, right?
Ideally, the more you weigh, the more you can lift. But there is a formula based on your weight. Mandy, maiden name is Upton, used to be one of our strongest lifters, and she weighed like 105, but would deadlift 275.
Is that right?
So,
wow. Well,
still be small and lift heavy.
That's cool. That's cool. Well, I tell you what, Kelly, it's just been a joy. I really appreciate you being here. You got 2 years to go. We're gonna have to find you a job for after you get out.
Any ideas? I would be welcome to.
Well, thank you again, and thanks for your service. How do you ever get sick and tired of people saying thanks for your service?
I don't. It took me a while to fully understand what that meant. Same thing at the Red Sox game. I understand it's not me specifically. It's what I represent wearing the uniform. So I understand that now. I said it took me a long time to be comfortable with somebody telling me thank you.
I can understand it. That's outstanding. But just to make you uncomfortable, thanks to your service.
Thank you.
Folks, thanks very much for watching. We'll see you all next time. Have a great day.